Hello and welcome. Tonight, everybody, we are live with the first session of the Marketing and Mastery Coaching Academy. Now, I put this out on my wall last week and I invited people to come in and tell me what they needed help with and what I could actually show them that would help them move forward in the business. As such, we've identified tonight time management. So we're going to dedicate Module 1 to time management. And on the call, I got some good people with us. I got Rob Frazier. I've got Rodney Stokes, I got Bill McCrae, I got Emma Charles over in Italy right now, and I got Andrea online with us. Andrea, I'm going to mute you just for a minute, but I'm going to bring you out in just a little while, and I'm going to let you guys ask some questions. Now, guys, look, people ask me all the time, all right, how are you able to do so much and be successful? Because let's face it, I do more than the average Joe online, with CPA, 5 programs that you guys know about, but really, truly, there's a whole lot more programs that I actually do. And I do that because I automate a lot of my business, but I also use a principle that was taught by Dr. Stephen Covey called Small Rocks, Big Rocks. So let me explain what it is, okay? If I set on the table in front of you a bunch of big rocks, a bunch of medium-sized rocks, a bunch of small rocks, a bunch of even smaller rocks, a bunch of sand, I gave you a bowl of water, and then I gave you a glass. And I told you to put everything in the glass and make it fit. Okay, this exact scenario happened to me at a seminar many, many years ago. And to be honest with you, I failed. And the reason I failed is I didn't understand how it really worked. And that's how most of us are with life. In your business, your big rocks are the most important things. And guys, those are the things that make you money. And that's what you have to do first. So you put in the big rocks. And then you find out the things that support that, which are your medium-sized rocks, and then you put that inside the cup. And then you put the small rocks, and then the even smaller rocks, and then the sand, and then you pour the water in, and it all fits flush. And that's how you operate your business. So tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to help you identify the small rocks, the big rocks, the medium rocks, so you guys know what you have to do, okay? So first guest I want to bring out is Rob Frazier. Rob, can you come on out for a quick sec?
Yeah, first off, thank you for having me.
Hey man, love to have you on because you got a lot of knowledge in that noggin. So
yeah,
let's talk about the things that make us money real quick, okay? Obviously we got if you're in a rev share, you got to click ads, guys. You got daily activities. So your daily activities, whatever the rev share requires to make you money, is like clicking your ads. What other types of topics can you think about, Rob?
Well, first off, just piggybacking off of that, with the clicking of the ads, I do it twice a day, once in the AM, once in the PM, just in case I forget sometimes. But also you just have a daily course of action. For example, my case, clicking my ads, buying my traffic, finishing up a video, finishing up a blog post, and sending out an email. And that right there is like the bulk everything that I do. And then if I could do those 5 things first thing in the morning, then the rest of my day is dedicated to, getting back with people, things like that. But yeah, clicking the ads, sending out an email to my list, finishing up a video or blog post, and then that's basically the first thing. And I do it first thing in the morning, so it's out of the way, and then the rest of the day I have for my flexible activities, dealing with people, answering questions, things that take more time.
That's absolutely right. Guys, here's a reality. Rob, go ahead and mute real quick for me. Here's a reality, guys. Check it out. Look, Rob just hit it home, okay? The first thing you guys got to do is you got to click your ads. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to go out and you're going to do your email and send out your broadcast, because you need to do a daily broadcast. The other thing is you got to have posts, and we're going to use something called Post Planner. We're going to talk about that in just a second. I'm going to bring Rodney out, and I'm going to have Rodney actually walk you through Post Planner and show you how to use it, because I know he can't be here long tonight. But guys, we're going to teach you how to automate your life so you can free yourself up and you can handle the medium rock task. And the medium rock task is really the most important part, and that's helping people and getting them started. And the reality is, you have to do your big rocks because that's what's going to put money in your pocket. But the reality of it is, if you don't do the medium-sized rocks and support your people and do the help and all the things that we preach about, you're going to fail. And the reason you're going to fail is you're not going to have a team or support system behind you. And that's really, truly what your team is, because when you're not there to help somebody, guess who chips in and does that for you? It's your team. And if they don't have the education and they don't have the knowledge, then you're already on the way to, to failure, guys. You're not on the way to succeed. So without further ado, let me bring my buddy Rodney Stokes out. Rodney's over in Maryland, and right, Maryland?
Yeah, I'm in Maryland, right outside of Boston.
And I'm going to let Rodney kind of take over. I'm going to mute my mic. I'm going to let Rodney take over and talk to you guys a little bit about Post Planner, how it works, and then we'll jump on to the next person and the next topic.
Okay, cool. Let me share my screen real quick. Okay. Let me know if you see it.
Yeah, I see you, Rodney. You're live, bro. Go ahead.
Cool. All right, so pretty much I'm pretty much brand new to Post Planner as well. I've only been in it for about a week and a half, but it's really simple, self-explanatory, and it's really affordable. And that's the thing I like about it. I've been recommending it all over the place because anybody can get it set up. And pretty much this is the main page for Post Planner. You go straight to the website, sign up. It's only like $5 per month. I paid ahead of time the annual fee. It was like 84 bucks. But yeah, you just go straight to the website. You sign into your Facebook. It's fully integrated. And as soon as it logs in, you're going to see three things. They're going to have examples from different markets. You see marketing, business, funny, different quotes and examples that you can choose from, take ideas from, or just share on the main desktop. I don't use these. You can look through them if you want. Type in, Bob Proctor, The Secret, or whatever. See what you come up with. This is the part that I use. Over here, you see where it says plan. You click on plan. And you'll be able to see I planned out my whole week already. I did this last night. So let me see, weekdays. So these are the schedules that I have. Post at these 3 times every weekday. Okay. So you see, let's see, weekends. Yeah, so it's pretty much showing me what I have scheduled already. And what I do is I go here to post. In order to set it up, I click on post, and you can see for tomorrow. I have one scheduled to go out at 12 for Thursday, 12, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and that's the last day. So in order to set it up, you simply just go straight up to the top and you see where it says posting to. They let you post to any group that you have admin control over. You can post to your main Facebook wall, of course, and also you can post to Twitter. I'm not using it for Twitter, but just like Ari said on the last call, there's different programs out, Hootsuite, Buffer, and different programs that let you integrate with social media platforms. I like this because it's simple, right to the point, and it does what it says it's supposed to do. So I just have for these posts, I have it going to my main profile, and I think maybe one other group. But like I said, you can just do an example. Okay, you can just like Facebook, you can add a picture. Let me see if I can add an actual picture. Okay. You can add a video, and right here where it says add to plan, you can either schedule it to go out now, to go out next if you already have something scheduled before it, or you can schedule the post later on, a couple of days later on. So my last one is to go out Sunday, so I can schedule this for Monday. I choose the time, let's say 1:00 p.m., schedule it, and you'll see it'll confirm that it's all scheduled and ready to go out. Sweet, your post has been added. All right, so it's that simple. I have my whole week scheduled ahead of time. That way I have plenty of time to go out and do other things, make videos, create content, just like Rob was saying. But one thing I want to show you is nothing worse than you making a post and you're using an image, only to find out that after you posted it, the image is too small. It just looks messy and it doesn't look right. So this is what I actually do. For those of you who are familiar with how to create groups on Facebook, it only takes a couple of minutes. I have a post testing group. So before I put any post out publicly, I'll just come in here, I'll take an image that I found, I'll upload it, and you could just see. I'll post it in there to make sure it fits and it comes out right. Because you don't want it to be too small, it just doesn't look good. You want something that's eye-catching and appealing to people, right? So that's pretty much it. It's self-explanatory. All right, if you have any questions, you want me to anything else?
I do. I got some questions actually. Can you do me a favor real fast? And while you're doing that, I'm going to Google and find out the actual size of the pixel for the image, so they don't even have to practice posting. I'm going to get that real quick. But do me a favor. Show us some posts on your wall. Like, are you posting across like? Because I know that has the capability in there where you can post to your personal profile and all your groups at the same time. Correct?
Yeah, it does. So
Show
this
us
one,
those posts real quick while you're doing that, and I'm going to actually get the size real quick of that image.
got you. Okay, so this one, you can see this was a real post I just did 50 minutes ago. And the way that you can tell, most people can't tell, but the way that you can know which ones came from Post Planner, it'll actually show you. So this one I set up last week. You know, all of these I set up ahead of time last week. So I don't have to worry about creating engagement, being consistent. I'm simply working on other things, or I'm outside of the house, you know, doing something else. And it's posting for me. So that way I stay in front of my crowd, stay in front of my audience, and I give them valuable content or quotes or some inspirational type of information. So
okay, guys, now look, that image that you're looking for, so you guys know it's 472 pixels by 392 or 394 pixels. So that's 472 wide, 394 in height. So when you actually go to Google and you type it in, you're looking for an image, and you click on View Image, all you got to do is right-click on it, and you can see, you know, Inspect Image or View Image Dimensions, and it'll show you what it is. It'll show you all the information on the image so you can get the size. So if you guys want to use that, download it, boom, you're safe. And if it's bigger than that, Facebook will automatically resize it. So do your search, actually look for big sizes actually on your search tools. Click on search tools, size large. You'll always have the right size image if you guys do that, so you guys know.
but,
That's great content.
Yeah, but also, see, this is the reason why I did do the test group, where I test my post, because a lot of times you'll see something where it is big, but height-wise. And if it's height, the height is perfect, but the width isn't, it'll still show up as a small thing. So like Ari said, you want to make sure you look at the actual size and get as close to those, you know, specific.
Highlight that again. Highlight that again so they can see the size right there for me.
Right here. So actually, look, let me just click on a brand new image. You'll see every single image that you actually click on, it'll show you the dimensions of that image.
So that's great information, Rodney, right there. It's really good, bro, that you shared that information.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Hey, I appreciate you coming on. I know you got to run, so that's really what I wanted to have him cover. So, guys, look, that's one of the tools right there you can use to automate your life and get back to living. Okay, now, the other tool, I want to bring Rob back out for a quick second. We're going to talk about email because all of us right now are using Aweber, and I know Rob's been pounding the hell out of emails. He's been building his list. So, Rob, do us a favor. Come back out real quick, and I want to have you log into your Aweber. I want to walk people through a quick schedule of a broadcast because that's something, so you guys know, is you can also automate your schedule for broadcasts. And if you guys don't know this, you can actually use Aweber and have it sync to your Facebook and your Twitter account and automatically post anything that you're sending as a broadcast to your Facebook and to your Twitter. Now, I'm not for sure if Rob's doing that or not, but if he is, I'm going to have him show you that also. So go ahead, Rob, come back out real quick, and I'll have you show that side real quick.
All right, logging in right now. I have been having some issues with my Google screen share, but I'm gonna go ahead and screen share and just let me know if you can see my stuff. I'm logging into my Aweber right now, so hopefully you see it coming up right now. Can everyone see my Aweber?
I don't see your screen, but if you click on that green button on the left-hand side and click on Share Screen, entire screen, it should take you right to it. There you go.
Now? All right.
Yep.
All right. So basically, I'm in my Aweber. You know, I got a bunch of different lists and things going on. So not wanting to distract folks, the concepts are basically the same. You want to send out broadcast because using the basic canned autoresponder messages are good, but you want to send out broadcast to create a more personal, get-to-know-me sort of vibe. You know, people join people they know, like, and trust. People don't join autoresponder canned messages. And if you got these emails, you know that if it's a canned message or if it's a real quote-unquote email. So basically, have different frequencies. I like to send out broadcasts. Sometimes I'm every single day. Sometimes, I might even go twice a day. And then sometimes I kind of scale it back a little bit. The number one thing I will say is just treat people like people. All of these people on my list, 38,700 some odd people, are real flesh and blood people. Now, some of them may be fake emails, but that's another story and another hangout altogether. So one thing I do is just always send out broadcast, and this especially helps. For example, this weekend I'm going out of town for my wife's sister. I guess my sister-in-law is having a graduation, so I'm going to set up my emails ahead of time so that way this is sending out broadcasts on my behalf. Very, very simple. Obviously, you pick whatever list you want to use. For example, in this case, I'm going to just set up a mock example for the Leaders League 360 sales funnel. And this is important, so you're not waking up and actually creating an email you have to send out today, but you have to hurry up and do it because you have to hurry up and get to a job or anything like that. This is all always done ahead of time. And so what I'll do is the night prior, I'll set up my broadcast to go out the next day. Either which way, this is basically a real quick how to do it. Number one, you pick your list. Leaders League 360, that's obviously, if you're watching this hangout, you know the programs that we're talking about here. Very, very simple. And I like to keep it simple. I'm not a complicated guy. Create message, and I always go down here to the HTML editor, but it's real simple. I personally don't do pictures or anything like that in the emails. Again, I'm a simple guy. I'm very straightforward, Mr. SpongeBob SquarePants, that's me. Just, no fancy frilly stuff. It just whatever. It's my personality. It fits me. It also gets the job done. Not to make this very long, the email subject line, just think, the email subject line's only purpose is to get folks to open your email. So, that is another whole hangout in and of itself. But for just this quick example, I'm going to put some new update and catchy title. Obviously, I'm not doing this for real. I'm doing this as an example, but you will get an idea of some of my tactics here. Also, if you are on my email list, that's a great way to learn how I incorporate my story in all of my marketing. So for the title, the only thing it is some new update, something catchy, gets people's attention. I usually have one word capitalized. I stay away from money, make money, earn income. I stay away from the hype-filled words, and I talk like a normal person. Also, in the email, include what I always do is always tie in a portion of my story, and I keep it real short. Sometimes I do write longer emails, but for the most part, I tend to keep them all short. Again, this right here is a whole nother topic. So down here, I'll type in some new updates. I've been broke so long, I'm not broke anymore. I'm just embellishing for the hangout, but you get the idea. Rob Frazier here. This is a quick update. I've been using this program for the past 6 months, for the past year. It really turned my life around. This is my latest update. This is my link. Rob. And every single email, that's what I include. I introduce myself. Up at the top, I usually always type Rob Frazier here. I may include a quick disclaimer. You're getting this email because you opted into my list about earning online. I try to stay away from earning too, but again, sometimes you have to remind folks why they're on your email list. And then I'll include a real short snapshot about my story, and that's it. Once you're done typing all that stuff, you include your little your link in there. I'm not going to talk about how to structure the email because we're more talking about automation here. Once you save your email, this right here is basically where the rubber meets the road. Send options. Now, when you set up your Aweber account in the beginning, you do have an option to connect your Facebook and your Twitter accounts. I don't know, Ari, if you want me to necessarily go into that, because that can be a Aweber tutorial, and that can be a whole nother module in and of itself.
No, it's okay. We're going to cover that actually in the next session anyway,
Okay,
Rob.
Okay, great. Yeah,
You
yeah.
hit a lot of good stuff already. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because there's so much you can talk about, and I'm just trying real hard to keep this short. So for what I'll do, in my case, I said I'm going away on vacation Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So say I want this email to go out Friday. Say I want it to go out Sunday. There's different opinions on when to send emails. Friday and Saturday night, the majority of people are not hanging around a computer looking at their emails. So, most people, they get paid on Friday. They're going out. They're not going to be reading some emails about making money online. That's my own numbers have proven that to me. So what I'll do is I'll send it out on Sunday. What I'll do, send options. Also, quick little interjection here. You can send a test email, and you can send it to yourself. This is my own personal email. I recommend doing that because you can catch a lot of spelling and grammatical errors. When you're typing up an email, you're just, what you want to say, but it doesn't always come out when you type it. So I always recommend sending a test email to yourself first. That way you get the email, you see what your leads are getting, and you see if it's formatted correctly, all of that stuff. So always send yourself a test email. I do. And so this right here is basically it. Schedule a broadcast. Click on that. Now, when you connected your Facebook and your Twitter, here is where you'll just click on edit, and then all you have to do is basically select your Twitter account. You see my little avatar pop up there. Facebook, you can post this email in a group, on a page, or on your own personal profile. So for this example, I'm going to post it on my profile. Then I'm going to click apply. And it's going to post on your profile when the email is scheduled to go out. So it's not going to post right now. It's going to post Sunday when I schedule this email. Who should receive this message? My Leaders League 360 list. If I want to, I can include other lists here. If I want to include my FutureNet list, if I want to include my personal team list, I can do that here. All I would do is simply click include, click apply. When should this message be sent? The joys of automation. All you do is click on edit. Here you got a big old calendar. I said I wanted that email to go out on Sunday, so all I'm going to do is simply click on the 1. Sunday is, what, May? Man, we're in May already. May 1st. And then only thing you have to do is schedule the time. My email's on Sunday because I'm in Pacific Standard Time. I send them out at 6. So if folks are on the East Coast in the United States, they get it at 9. If they're over in the UK, they get it 8 hours from 6 a.m. Can't do the math off the top of my head. But I said schedule it for 6 a.m. This is my own time zone I have here. And the only thing I have to do here is click apply. And I'm going to actually go ahead and click schedule message, and I'm going to go back and delete it after the hangout. But all you do is you click apply. You click schedule message, and that's it. You're done. Your email is going to automatically go out Sunday at 6 a.m. to that particular list, and that's it. So I don't know if you want to me cover anything else, Ari, but this is what I do ahead of time. I'm going on vacation. I'm going to be busy. I got family coming in, and I don't want to be messing around with business and family. This right here helps, so you're not always tied to the computer. You shouldn't be coming up with these emails and sending them out live. This is something that should be done advanced ahead of time, and it makes your life a whole lot more easier. And most importantly, you maintain that contact and relationship with those leads on your list. So
that's right. That's good, man. That's good information. Now, guys, check it out. I'm going to show you something also. I'm going to do something a little different than Rob just did, and I'm actually going to show you my screen, and I'm going to take you into my Aweber real fast. I just want you to see something. If you guys don't know already, I don't use Aweber. I actually have my own platform, but I started to use Aweber because, we obviously build a lot of business through PLS, and I can't integrate my own platform into Aweber or into PLS, but I can with Aweber. So it's very simple. The one thing I'm going to tell you about Aweber is, first and foremost, the list that you build inside Aweber, it's a gold mine. It is, without a doubt, one of the best lists that you could actually have because you can export it and import it to about anywhere. Now, you can't always export from PLS and import it into Aweber. They do give you grief. You have to explain to them you are using a double opt-in system, and you probably will have to even make a call or make some support tickets to get it handled. It can be done. I've done it several times, but man, it's not easy, guys. I'm going to tell you up front. If you're not using Aweber already, you really want to use it, and you want to go into this broadcast deal. Now, I do it a little different than Rob does, and I want to cover a few tidbits that we're going to go over tomorrow. But look, guys, the reality of it is you actually have to segment your lists, and the way to segment your list is per offer. So in PLS, you're basically putting a code. Now, what that code is, it's your unique list ID. It is not this name. It's not the name of this. It's this little code right here, okay? And if you guys notice, I got there by clicking on Manage Lists, okay? And then clicking on the list name so you can actually see it, the one that I want it to go to, and then I copy this little code right here. I just, Control-C and then Control-V back over, or if you're on a Mac, it's Command-C, Command-V, and you paste it back over to PLS. Now, mini list, obviously, is what you really want because that's going to show you where your subscribers are. You can obviously see I got the bulk of my subscribers through my own funnels, but hey, that happens. We're building. My group also got quite a few subscribers in there. That's where most of my lists came from that I have inside Aweber. My other list doesn't come from this type of stuff at all, guys. It comes from CPA, and we will talk about that as we go forward, and maybe tomorrow I'll branch off into that a little bit. But when I write my emails, I do it a little different than Rob, okay? So first off, let me go ahead and click on Home. I'm going to take you back to the home page, and you'll see actually up here I got a list, okay? So obviously I would come down to my maximum money formula if I was going to send a broadcast, and then I can come up here, click right here, and click on Broadcast, okay? Now, this little deal right here, guys, I want to show you how I basically write it, and I also want you to show you a few things, okay? Look, your opens, it will record everything, guys. It's going to show you how responsive your list is. Tomorrow I'm going to show you how to clean it and how to start getting more and more responsive lists because this little deal, I'm still learning, guys. Look, I'm a baby at Aweber. Rob's kicking my ass at it. Just about everybody kicks my ass at Aweber because I don't use it. But mailing traditionally, you have a tough time beating me because that's where I really am gifted at it. Now, I do something different than Rob. I use the drag and drop email editor because I do like to create a little flash. I like people to know who I am. And in every one of my emails, almost every single one, I actually take and put an image. Now, subject line, okay? I'm the same as Rob. It's an attention getter, guys. Look, if you wanted to market today's video, you're probably going to put something out like, I learned something new. You got to see this. That would be my thing. And then in little parentheses, free tip. You're giving away free information. And then you could put your links in here, and this will give people an opportunity to see who you are. Now, obviously, if you're getting their first name, and a lot of our funnels don't have it because when you opt in without a first name, a lot of times you're actually you're going to lose some of the opt-ins. I mean, it's just going to cut down the maximum number of conversions that you guys could get. But at the same time, it's more powerful in your email to add it. So we're actually talking about adding first name to the opt-in, so we can grasp that. So that way we can address everybody by their first name in their emails. As far as content, Bill and I are going to cover that in a few minutes because we talked about it a little bit a while ago in Traffic University about some types of letters you guys can learn to write and use these as your scheduled broadcasts, and it will help your information. But what I really like in here is once you set up, like, say, your signature, you can drag your signature over here, put it in, it'll have it right here, and then you can drag over like an image, okay? And you can notice I got an image already here. You can upload it or have it in your image gallery. I can come right over here, get my image, and just drop it right into my emails. And you can see I've got income proofs in here, guys. I've got all different types of stuff. These are the things you want to do, and then you want to go ahead and save it and exit it, and then you want to do your broadcast the same way that Rob did. Now, let me turn this off and come back on over here to you guys. The reality of this, there's a lot of information, you guys really need to pick up and learn. Let me get back. Wow, I can't get back over here. I love it. Hold up a second, guys. I got too much stuff open on my screen. Well, can you guys still hear me? Rob?
Yes. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
We can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, good. I couldn't get my screen back open, so I had to delete a whole bunch of stuff that I had open, but that's okay, guys. Look, the reality of this is you got to stay in constant contact with people, and that's what we're trying to teach you. So, again, your big rocks are getting up and doing the daily activities that make you money and put it right in your pocket. Then your follow-up activities are the things that are going to support that, and that's your emails. Okay, that is your emails. You're basically really your medium-sized rocks are really your emails and your Facebook posts and all that stuff, and then you're helping people are your just slightly smaller rocks, your small-sized rocks, and that's really what I want to focus on, guys. I want to focus on these types of things. So again, your daily activities that actually get you paid, that's your clicking your ads, doing all those things, and then you got your medium rocks, you're sending your emails and your Facebook posts, then you got your small rocks, and your small rocks, guys, are helping your people and educating your people so they can take the next step. Now, what are you going to post? What are you going to put out? So I want to bring Bill McRae out real quick, and actually I want to bring Emma out as well real fast because I know you guys both do a good job of this in your content, your posts, and let's talk a little bit about email, Bill, because we've been doing the email game a long time. That's how we know each other, and the reality of it is they got to connect with people. Am I right or wrong, Bill?
I mean, that's the most important thing, is to talk to your audience. You got to know who your audience is, and don't talk down to them. Don't be better than them. Just be somebody your audience can relate to. We will all attract our own audience. There's millions of people out there that are like you, kind of strange. I do the email marketing a little different because I add a video on now of every email I do. I add a YouTube video into the video because I want to show people I actually do what I'm doing or talking about, and also brand myself as an expert. And I also add in the share me tags, and what that's doing is it's allowing me to not only sell whatever I'm promoting or whatever, it's also allowing me to give them instructions or help them or show them actual results in those emails. You just, in Aweber, you grab the little video thing, drop it in there, and then you put your YouTube video. So I'm building my YouTube channel faster too, and then I could drop a video, in YouTube, and it's going to, people are going to see it via email. They're going to see it in dozens of different groups. They're going to see it in about 6 or 7 different social networks I post them to automatically. I do all that stuff, just as a matter of habit. But the little things are the things that you always forget about that can make a big difference. I use the program called Social Oomph, and I schedule out tweets, my Twitter account. I have like 15 tweets that are scheduled to go out every so many hours, every so often on a recurring basis, and they're designed just to drive people to my sales funnels or to my YouTube channel, so I can build those things up. I set it up and I forget it. On Saturday, I will set up and say, well, what I'm going to do. I have my email sequence going to people, but I will also schedule probably 4 emails for the next week, and I'll put them all together and have it done. So I can spend my time during the week, which is what I spend most of my time doing, on Facebook answering people's questions. Or someone will ask a question that will result in a new video for the Traffic University or something. So if I found that the more time I've been able to focus on helping people by taking care of those mundane tasks, like Saturday evening, scheduling out all my emails, and I write the content out. Like I'm talking to my customer's name is Bob. He's middle-aged, he's bald, he's sick and tired of working, wants to retire. That's my customer. That he happens to be a lot like me, right? Those are the people I'm going to attract. I'm not going to attract the young hipsters, or I'm not going to attract the cool dudes with the bobbleheads or anything like that. Everybody has their own audience that they're going to attract, and those are the ones you'll make money on. And don't have to worry about being anything other than yourself, because when you try to be like this guy or that guy, you're going to fail miserably. That's one of the reasons why I use my own emails as opposed to using the canned emails. Is I want to interject my personality into it and hopefully develop a bond with people that I can create a team with to take from program to program, or have them follow me like I follow Ari, for example. When you build that bond, that takes time and it takes effort, and that's where you need to be spending your time during the day, is working on those relationships. Automating the social marketing, automating the tweets, automating my emails creates more opportunities for me to be on Facebook chat with people. And yeah, it's a little tough because I got my phone here, right? And whenever I go out with my girlfriend, guess what? I'm chatting with people all day long on Facebook. I'm helping out other people's downline members, you know what I mean? And it doesn't bother me in the least. The more you help whoever it is, whether they're your downline or Ari's or Rob's or whoever, it doesn't matter. You just help everybody in the community that you can, and that makes you a person that Bob, in my case, is going to be attracted to. Now, I've been doing this a long time, and I've been using Aweber a long time. I've probably ran 10 million leads through Aweber over the last 15 years, and I've lost many Aweber accounts doing stupid things. I don't sell solos with my Aweber account anymore. I only run product to them. The solos that I do run is through a database platform that I got, because I don't want to lose my Aweber account. It is the best way for me to make money because it brands myself as a real person. It's super easy to use, and those emails hit the inbox, and that you can't say that.
Yeah, I know they've had a little issues as of late, guys, but the reality is Bill's really hitting it on the head, guys. Look, if you want to connect with people, I'm going to encourage you to do something a little odd and a little different. Now, you can use our emails if you want, but I think, honestly, you're better off writing your own email campaign. So everybody's campaign is different, and you can use our canned one in PLS and then turn around and write another email campaign and have that be personally yours and completely different. People be getting 2 emails simultaneously, and guess what happens? You end up clicking on one of them far often than not, and you end up getting signups out of it. Now, the reality of it is, some people say, well, you're just overmailing them, man. They're getting pounded by you. Well, not if the emails are completely different. If you did our campaign inside PLS and they get that, and then you're doing something completely separate inside Aweber and they also get that, but it's personalized and it's you and you wrote it and it's coming from your heart, it's a little different ball game right there. Now, what kind of emails, what kind of content are you guys going to want to put in? First off, if you're helping people, you're going to find over time, you're going to find evidence of success. That's a story of you helping someone succeed and become successful online. That's a great email, because you have to remember, I preach this all the time, guys. Look, stories sell, people tell. You can tell the story of how you help someone and now they're making money, and because of that, this is going to attract people to you. They're going to want your help, your assistance as well, and they're going to join with you. It makes you much more of an authority figure, guys. I mean, you can actually help people and give stories and testimonials of that. And then the second thing I like to do is a letter from the heart, and that is a letter that basically helps people to get to know who I am, who my family is, what kind of dog I got. All of these little stories allow people to connect with you on a higher level, and they realize that you're a real person. Okay, when you can write both of these types of stories very effectively, and inside the body of your email you give out a maximum of 3 links three. Now, just remember what I just said, three. One of them is going to be your Facebook link, because you dang sure better give people a way to connect you on Facebook, okay? The other two links are going to be links to your opportunity, okay? These are very effective types of emails. Now, your third email that you're going to give is really going to be a swipe. And you guys, I know a lot of you right now, you're scared shitless of writing a swipe. It's not hard, okay? I've got a manual actually on swipes that I'll upload actually into the groups under files if it's not already there yet. Download it, read it, get to know a little bit about it. And please, guys, you know, take time to write some swipes. Look, I guarantee you Rob didn't join this business and, you know, didn't just mysteriously come out of the womb gifted at writing swipes. It doesn't happen. Neither did I. Neither did Emma. Neither did, you know, Bill. And Andrea, I'm not for sure what your skill level is yet, but I guarantee you she didn't either, guys. Look, I've never met a person the first time they wrote a swipe was perfect. So you have to start somewhere, but you have to start. That's the key, okay? The last part you want to do inside your email is you need to go in and schedule these broadcasts, okay? I'm with Rob in this. I think sometimes you shoot them out, they're getting their canned email, but what happens when your list dies? What happens when the emails stop from the autoresponder? Does that mean they're dead? Does that mean that, you know, oh my gosh, I wasted all this money on you know, all these solo ads and I built this big list, but guess what? The autoresponders have done it. They didn't sign up. No, guys, no. That's when we're talking about promoting into other offers, and that's what we're going to start talking about tomorrow. So you want to stay tuned tomorrow. We're going to talk about that. Emma, do me a favor. I want you to come out, and I want you to talk about social media and what types of stuff you post on social media, and then I'll follow up when you're done with that. Go ahead and unmute, Emma. Okay.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. So I started probably a year ago with my Facebook page. I post to Facebook, I post to Twitter, talk about things that I'm doing, places that I'm going, who I'm seeing, motivational quotes. I like writing stories. I like inspiring people. I don't really write posts off the hoof. I like to sit down, have a little ideas book. It's a great tip. Get a little notebook, and if you have an idea for a post, jot it down. Then sit and think about the post and craft it properly so that you're drawing people in, you're engaging with them. You're going to get lots more likes and shares and comments that way. And make sure that it's relevant to the things that you're promoting. If you've looked at your Facebook page and you've got several posts about your business, then you want to be throwing some personal stuff in there. We always say 80%, maybe 70-80% of what you're doing, your life, how you're building your life, and then 20% business, otherwise people are going to get turned off really quickly. But it's really, really important that you're engaging with people, that you're an actual person, that you're showing your life. How you don't have to have the most interesting life. I'm really fortunate. I'm living in Italy at the minute, so I'm doing a lot of cool stuff. But when I'm at home, I'll still be spending time with my family. I'll still be going out and about and living my life and doing things. So people just want to know that you're real. But I've managed to build quite a nice Facebook profile. I'm not too skilled with the email side of it yet. I'm learning that as I go along. But I get a lot of my leads at the moment from Facebook, and I'm building a nice list, and it's working really well. But the key to it is to just be a human being. You're not a robot, and everybody's different. So you need to kind of make sure that things are real and they're not out of a bot, you know, out of some book that you've copied and pasted. So that's I think the most important thing.
Yeah, you're really kind of hitting it on the head, guys. Look, I've seen a lot of people go out and just post things like quotes and then put their link. Well, let me ask you a question. What are the statistics on it? What are you getting from it? I guarantee you not much. The reality is that doesn't work, okay? People want to connect with you. They want to know what you're posting has something behind it. So if you're not, you know, telling a story, okay, the story's not doing any selling. Your post isn't doing any selling.
If you're right, it's valuable.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time, Emma. You cut out a little bit.
Sorry, the internet's terrible here. I said that it's starting, it is okay to go and grab a quote. Quotes can be valuable, but you need to craft something around the quote. It needs to mean something in the story that you're telling. If you're going to give, you know, if you've been watching a video, if you've been reading a great network marketing book, a great sales book, if you're crafting a story around that quote so that the quote is an image that grabs them and says, oh, I need to read that, what's that about? You know, there's something behind it. They only see a few paragraphs and they're actually going to take the time to open it, then it's a perfect tool. But if you're just going to bung a picture with a link, waste of time. You need to just be thinking a little bit about what you're posting. Sorry, Ari, I completely bombed what you were saying, then I jumped in. They do have their place, but it's got to be.
That's right. That's right, though. It can't just be a quote in your link. You're right. It has to be. You've got to have some content, guys. You have to craft a message around it, and that's exactly what I was trying to get at. Is look, anytime you write anything on Facebook, there's got to be value to it. If you're not giving people value, they're not going to keep following you. Okay. The other thing is you got to hone your profile in. We've talked about this. I'm going to bring it up again. Go into the groups, click on files, download 29 steps. If you don't do it, I'm going to kick your butt, okay? Go do it and do it now, okay? You need to clean up your Facebook profiles. You need to have some professional pictures. You need to go to Fiverr. You need to buy a nice header and have something done. Just don't, you know, or get a good clean picture of you that's, you know, either funny or something that's going to attract people to you. Obviously, you see my header on my Facebook, you know, with me and a bunch of money. Guys, look, that's a joke. I did it on purpose. And the reality of it is that's not my image and it's not my personality. If you go to my groups, all of them have professional Facebook images up on top because that's how we want people to know us. We want people to know us as professionals. If you look at my fan page, it's got a professional image on top. The guys, that's what you want. You want to have the image of an authority figure. Look, Eric Worre, I know a lot of you guys know who Eric is, and Eric's a buddy of mine. And I'll tell you something. That Eric is a class act, okay? He didn't get there overnight. He went out there, busted his butt, continually got in the trenches, continually did training, and you go look at the guy's Facebook profile, and it's top 10. It's got value all day in it. That's why people keep going to his Facebook page, and they keep actually listening to what the guy has to say because he's giving value to you every single time, and that's what you want to do. Even if you're not on Eric's level or on my level or Rob's level or Bill's level or Emma's level, you have to start to build somewhere. And that's where a lot of you are failing. So I want you guys to take pride in your Facebook page. I want you to clean it up. If you got curse words and crap all over your Facebook page, it's going to turn people off. Get rid of it. If you're constantly posting stuff that's going to, you know, create a lot of friction and make a whole lot of people delete you, you might want to tone it down a little bit. I'm not going to say don't post controversy because I'm going to tell you up front, controversy will give you tons of interaction on your Facebook feed, and that increases your edge rank, and guess what? That increases your views. So listen to what I'm saying. You guys need to have good value because the more people that like it, the more people that comment on it, it increases your age rank, and that gives you more views, okay? Very important tidbit that a lot of people don't know about, but that's part of marketing. You guys have to learn this, and you've got to get to know it. Now, today on the call with us, we got somebody that's brand new. She's actually hasn't been actually in the marketing business that long, and that's Andrea. So, Andrea, do me a favor. I want you to click on your screen real quick because I muted you earlier, and up above you're going to see a microphone. I want you to go ahead and unclick the microphone so it's actually live, and I want you to come on out real quick.
Hang on.
Hello, how are you?
Nervous?
That's okay. You're brand new to the business, huh? Now, where are you located so we know?
I'm in UK.
You're in the UK? So tell me, how long have you been online?
Well, I started doing traffic marketing a few months ago, but that was the only thing that I did, like, you know, just joined the program and that was it. But
okay.
Over a week ago, I said, this is not enough. I need to do a little bit more. So I said, I need to get a bit creative. So I said, that's it. I'm going to build a new Facebook profile and start, you know, adding people like that are like-minded like me, and obviously communicating with people who know better in the business, you know, than me, learning, asking questions. I quite like it. I love it.
That's it, guys. Look, the same thing that you're doing on Facebook's the same thing, you guys, if you're in FutureNet with, it's the same thing you're doing on FutureNet. You want to start adding like-minded individuals. Now, you know, on, it's a little different on FutureNet, the fact you don't have limited friends. But on Facebook, you're maxed at just 5,000 friends, guys. And I'm going to tell you up front, If you're a great marketer, you already know you never want to have 5,000 friends. Here's why. People can't send you friend requests. When people see that you have 5,000 friends, they won't just go in and automatically follow you. I like to keep myself around 4,800 to 4,900. So people will go in and try to add me. They'll automatically follow me, and I may not add them because there may be no value in their profile to me. But I earned a follower. That means I have a chance of getting a viewer to my post. So there's a lot of tricks to this trade that you guys, are going to pick up from us over time. Andrea, if there was one thing today that you wanted to pick up, from this call that we could actually help you with and teach you so you can go to the next step, what would that be?
Well, I probably think it's the email marketing that's obviously I needed to learn a little bit more, like how to connect with people. And like you guys say, it's very important to just be yourself, and I think I am myself, really. But sometimes, you kind of, if you have a different sort of audience, they probably don't really relate to you.
That's right.
So sometimes you gotta just become,
Yeah, the reality is, look, Rob did a good job of this. Rob did a good job of this when he was actually out posting everything. I'm gonna mute you real quick, Andrea, because I'm getting feedback from you. I'm gonna mute you real quick.
I think, Ari, you muted yourself.
Hold up. Okay, I said. So yeah, let me. Okay, I got the wrong person. So I went out and with Rob. I know Rob actually one day was posting a bunch of stuff and sending out emails. Was talking about his financial situation and his detriment and where he was really, having sticking points. And guys, look, he created a lot of loyal followers because people that could relate to him signed up to his list, and they didn't just follow him; they became soldiers for Rob Frazier. I mean, Rob Frazier may only have 3,000 or 4,000 people in his group right now, but I'm going to tell you what, every single one of them are warriors. So when it comes to email, Rob's got a lot of facts and a lot of tidbits. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Andrew, because email is our topic for tomorrow. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to invite you back tomorrow. We're going to talk about email with you, and we're going to help you understand email. And I'm going to invite Rob back tomorrow as well, and, of course, also Bill. So we can actually, and maybe even Paul D'Souza, we can talk a little bit about email and help you guys with the email games. But I want to ask you one more quick question, because you've heard us tonight talking about time management. You've heard us tonight talking about social media, broadcasts, and how to automate your life. Now, as far as in that scope, is there anything that you want to learn in that scope? So do me a favor, unmute your mic and go ahead and give me that answer real quick. Up top again. You got to click on that little button up top with the mic. We're having a little technical difficulties. I can't get her, but guys, look, I think we've given you a lot of information. We've been on here for almost an hour tonight. I wanted to have Tina Barnett on, and I am going to get her on here. Guys, look, we have a lot of good information inside our heads, man. We don't just have these big heads because God gave them to us. We've forced so much information, they've continued to grow. The reality is we're going to start sharing it with you. And we want to give you the tidbits, the skill set, and the things you need to get to be successful online, okay? We're all here collectively to help you, okay? We're not here just to get in your wallets. We want to see you progress. We want to see you guys make money. That's what it's all about for us. If you guys aren't making money, we're doing something wrong. And that's why when I had this conversation with Brent said, hey, there's a lot of information right here I'm just missing, and it hit home to me because that's a big deal. I pride myself on helping people. But, today what we've covered is a lot of information, a lot of stuff, okay? Again, the principles of small rocks, big rocks. You personally have to identify your small rocks, your big rocks, your medium rocks, your smaller rocks, your pebbles, and you got to figure out what your water is. It gels it all together, and then you got to fit it all in your glass. Only you can do that, okay? But I'm going to tell you up front, in the business world, the big rocks are always the things that make you money. If you got to click 10 ads on Traffic Monsoon or 10 ads on Future Ad Pro, go do it, okay? If if your medium rocks are the things that are going to put money, are going to actually assist you doing these things, and signing up new people, because let's face it, that's one of the goals, is to recruit and bring new people into the business. And the only way you're going to do that is by scheduling your emails. So guess what? Your emails are obviously your medium-sized rocks. Okay, you want to do your emails, you want to do your Facebook posts, and guys, use Post Planner. It's simple. You can plan out everything, and then you can go take off and go to lunch and do all the things you want to do. But you want to use these tools to automate your life, okay? And then your small size rocks, guys, I'm just telling you, it's one of the most important equations of the business, and that's to help your people and help your team. You have to educate them. You've got to spend time with them. You've got to show them how to click ads. You've got to show them how to set up a banner ad on Traffic Monsoon, or set up an ad on, on Future Ad Pro, which is a video we're going to be doing real soon. We're going to give you guys a whole bunch of information and show you how to do all this. There's a lot of information coming in Future Ad Pro and FutureNet, if you guys don't already know. I know we've had people ask us, hey, I've uploaded money, but I accidentally did it to my advertising account, and I need to go ahead and transfer it over. Well, there's a way you're going to be able to buy vouchers and upload those vouchers into your online account. I've been working with Stefan and working with Roman to get this stuff done, guys. I want this to be as smooth as possible for you, and I'm telling you up front, we got two great owners that are willing to do just about anything we ask if they see value in it. I also talked to you guys the other day where I would love to see the first time somebody logs in, they get a complete overview of the whole system, and then they have an upgrade button below the video. Guess what? That's about 30 days away. It's going to happen. So there's a lot of good things that are happening for us, guys, but you got to spend time developing your action plan, okay? You got to do your time management. It's very, very simple. Every day you develop a routine. It might take you an hour. It might take you 2. It may take you 5 or 4 or 6 hours. Who knows? It's going to be up to you on how fast you're going to get it done, but once you get into the routine of it, it's going to be easier. It takes 51 days to build a habit. So if you can do this for 51 days, guys, you're on the path to being success. You're on the pathway to being successful in this. So that's all I got for you tonight. I want to welcome everybody, that came on. I want to thank Rob and Emma. I want to thank Andrea for coming on, and Bill, obviously you're a godsend, man. I love you, brother. You guys have done a lot of good information. Come on out, everybody, and say good night and goodbye. I'm going to wish everybody off here. It's 1:30 now in the morning from the Philippines, but I appreciate all of you guys watching. So come on out and say your bits.
Good night, everybody from California. Rob, too. Huh?
Yeah. Good night, everyone. Keep taking action. Keep moving forward. Just don't stop. Don't get overwhelmed. Take it day by day and keep going. Keep going.
Well, go ahead, Emma.
Nice to meet you guys.
Hey, thank you, Andrea. Thank you. Hey, so Andrew, real quick, actually, now that we got you on here live, if you had a question on social media or anything that we could answer for you, is there anything regarding social media or automation or time management that we could answer for you tonight? Or is it just email that you really want to know?
Well, on social media, I'm still getting myself used with, connecting with strange people. So this is very new for me, obviously. But I know I'll get there because obviously I look at everybody, like what they do and how they, post and everything. So I pick here bits and pieces and I learn. I think with social media, I'll be all right. Obviously, that we will take time because it's not something that's, just proof you wake up one night and say, oh my God, I've got so many followers. It doesn't work like that, does it?
It doesn't. It doesn't work like that. But you're doing the right thing by trying to add like-minded people, guys. And when you do that, let me just tell you a fact. Don't just send a friend request. Send a message and start a conversation with somebody. And do me one more favor. Please don't just message somebody and send them a link. Don't do it, because if you send me a link, I'm declining the chat. You already have ended the relationship before it even began. Don't send me a link. Have a conversation with me. Okay? Ask me what I'm into. Get interested in me.
Yeah, I've never said
that. That's the key, and you'll build your network, you'll build your following, and you'll build your Facebook friends, man. Rapid if you guys do this as fast as you guys possibly can. Emma, go ahead and come on out and say goodbye real quick to everybody.
I just wanted to say to Andrea, when you're doing your Facebook, just be really, don't be too hasty to just add all those strange, weird, random 5,000. Just take the time to have a little look at who you're adding and make sure that you're adding the right people, because in the long term you're just going to spend hours culling your Facebook list and going through your profile and deleting all the really strange people. So if you do that from the beginning and you choose and you build it in the right way, you'll save yourself so much heartache and so much drama in the long term. But that's it from me. So
That's perfect. Hey guys, so look, you've heard it all tonight. So you've heard everything that we could possibly give you in an hour. And again, tomorrow we'll do the same thing, but we're going to do it on email marketing. I'll bring some good people on. If you would like to be on the Hangout tomorrow live and on the speaking panel to get your questions answered, do me a favor and send me a direct message, and we'll do Marketing and Mastery Coaching Academy Volume 2, Email Marketing Secrets. So I'll see you tomorrow. You guys have a good night. Signing off. It's 1:30 a.m. in the Philippines, and I wish you guys good luck and success in your marketing. Thanks.